And I'm the one reeling in shock after a commanding 3-0. So just tell me, how does it feel to win so dominantly?
Well, it feels good to be the underdog.
Makes a lot of sense coming in. Now tell me, we heard a lot about Caps punishing mistakes, that being the big strategy for the team. Was that a sentiment shared by all of Fnatic when it came to preparing for this series?
We thought that it will be a lot more tough to play against H2K, especially in terms of drafting, but it didn't feel like they just target too much like our comfort picks or whatever, and I feel like they didn't adapt very well in terms of drafting. Like I was more scared of other top laners than he played, at least myself. So I guess they just went for comfort, and we went for comfort as well. Like we played like we played like 2 or 3 games of Twitch, and we played 0 games of Vayne. So we just went with the flow already.
I find that, I mean, almost impossible to believe just picking the Vayne in the series. So tell me, when it came to that pick ban, where Vayne was locked in, what was the communication around a pick that you guys had not practiced?
Well, I think there was like 4 AD ban or something, and that Ezreal Tam, we were thinking, like, I'm pretty sure most people were thinking Lucian because like the go-to pick, but we were thinking that Vayne was insanely strong there against their I can't remember what was their top, maybe Gragas?
Gragas.
Yeah, that Gragas, Tam, Ezreal, like no one could possibly touch the Vayne. So, and Vayne will deal a lot more damage than Lucian would. So it was just, to play the champion, it's not that hard against the lane that they had. So it was fine for him to go for this pick.
Was there ever any hesitation or doubt from you guys as a team when it came to Reckless picking these things that we might not call meta AD carries, these high-risk picks like maybe the Vayne, or were you guys 100% confident in him from the start?
I mean, in the situation that we are in, I don't think it's a risky pick, because no matter what he plays, he will be fine on lane. He's playing as Ezreal Tam. Like it's on lane, it's supposed to be really easy, So he could basically pick anything and be fine, so we just decided for the Vayne.
Coming into this week, I think everyone had their eyes on Shen, Lee Sin, Kennen. Clearly H2K did as well, banning it out in so many games. Was that something that you guys were aware of when it came to planning for the week, developing your strategies? What was your thoughts coming into it?
When we did the draft and stuff yesterday and today, we got their first 3 bans. Like, it was pretty obvious to us, so we're only wondering if they do other bans than we expected, and yeah, the draft went like 100% for us in terms of like preparation, because we knew what they were gonna ban, and they banned what we thought they would. So draft went good. Like usually you prepare for 1-2 games, and then you just like decide depending of your games on stage what you're gonna do. But it's much harder to prep for more than 1 or 2 games usually.
What's the difference here? Because in the regular season, there was a ton of criticism kind of levied at your guys' drafting phase. What's the difference here that made it so successful for you guys?
Well, we are just playing animal style, so I guess animal style just fit us, I guess. I don't know.
All right, what do you mean by animal style for everyone at home? Just define that for me.
We learned a lot from Uro.
All right. Maybe a little flame there, not sure. We'll take it as a compliment since you 3-0'd.
Exactly. It's no flame, just compliments.
All right, so some very aggressive play coming out. Well, looking overall at how things have been unfolding, communication in the team seems to be improving constantly. What was the factor there when it came to preparation? Was communication a focus for you guys, or have things just been getting better naturally over the course of the split?
Well, it's not like we had a lot of issues, like either team related or like a lot of different issues during the split. It's not like we focused too much on communication. We didn't have any goals in practice or whatever. We just practice and try to get good at the style that we are playing right now, and see how far we can go with it.
All right, you've called it animal style. It's going to have to go up against G2 in the coming week. Kind of give me your thoughts on that series overall. I mean, maybe you're not quite ready for it yet, but what is your thoughts for preparing for that series?
Well, I think that we should have won before Cat beat G2, we should have won against them. We just threw quite a lot. Like I threw one time, and some of my teammates threw some other time too. So we should have won this game. So I'm expecting a series that will be a lot closer than this one, but I'm pretty sure we can take it.
All right, that is a ton of confidence coming from you. I think when people look at your teams, there's a lot of attention that goes kind of towards the bot lane. Reckless and Jez is performing incredibly well this series, going up against Sven and Mithy, widely considered the best bottom lane in Europe. How do you think that matchup is going to play out? Can they battle the current kings of Europe?
Well, it's for sure going to be tough. I think in terms of matchups, like H2K is pretty good as well, like in terms of laners and everything. So it just comes down to like team fights, taking the right fights, and yeah, it's gonna depend a lot of team fighting. I think against G2 and Picks and Bans, obviously.
All right, and from the way that you played on stage today, do you feel like you can out-execute in those team fights, outperform G2 overall pretty confidently?
Well, it obviously depends to Picks and Bans. So I cannot know. We will find out.
All right. Well, looking forward, you guys have had massive fan support along the way, so I'm just curious if there's anything you'd like to say from those fans. I've heard they've been very vocal here in the audience today. Yeah,
surprisingly, there's been, since I rejoined Fnatic, not only me, but I feel like for the team as well, there's been a lot of support from the fans, even though we don't have like the greatest split before playoffs. So it feels really nice to have a lot of support for once.
All right, good to hear it. sOAZ, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. Congrats again on taking the 3-0 over H2K. We'll see you guys up against G2 in the week to come. But for now, we're going to send it over to Shox and crew as we get the post-game lobby under.